In today's world, comparing anime, movies, and series has become normal, a battle to determine who's the strongest. But one theme among them draws a lot of attention from viewers or readers: the master and disciple theme. Often, fans prefer to see their favorite characters surpassing their masters, while others go even further, rooting for the master to always remain the strongest. Based on this, we see names like Naruto Uzumaki, Izuku Midoriya, Deku, Yuji Itadori, Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, and Daniel LaRusso from Karate Kid, and we see that these guys have a lot in common with the Prince of the Saiyans. If before he wouldn't bow to anyone, in terms of having someone behind his power, nowadays Vegeta has gained renown from antagonist to even the protagonist, at least for some. And we can agree, without that rivalry that we've all followed, which was a great example of character evolution, Dragon Ball wouldn't shine as much without Goku and Vegeta. Good thing Goku didn't let him die in the Saiyan saga, phew, right? But these mentioned characters have a lot to do with today's theme: master versus disciple. Some have surpassed their respective masters, but others haven't, at least symbolically. When it comes to this theme, it's not always the best who gets the most applause. Mr. Satan can attest to that, right? But one thing is certain: the merit is given to those who truly deserve it, through pure dedication, which is of tremendous importance, along with an immeasurable focus. All this, along with the pride of our prince, makes him stand apart from the characters above. He always will be. Remember, if you're not always considered the best, even if others don't see it, you're failing yourself. Always believe in yourself and be the best, even if only to those who truly matter. That said, without further ado, let's introduce our candidate for God of Destruction, the proudest Saiyan, the prince of the warrior race, in his journey to surpass everything and everyone. Speaking of surpassing, let's surpass ourselves every day. So go ahead and leave your like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and let's go into battle alongside Vegeta. Let's go, guys! The only way for Vegeta to truly surpass his master and become the next Hikation would be with a new transformation, or an evolution of his ultra ego. One way to evolve could be by training with Broly, who has very strong attacks, or even by doing like Goku and Frieza, who were trapped in the massive destructive energy of the Haikai and had to endure the pain. In Frieza's case, in his golden form, he escaped, and Goku, in his base form, almost succumbed to the energy, being saved by Beerus and Whis. Is there really a light at the end of the tunnel for Vegeta? Just as he evolved the blue form, he could also evolve the Ultra Ego, like a Pride Ultra Ego Vegeta in the Pride Troopers, perhaps? Jokes aside, that could really happen. He's focused on training and has divine pride, and he would think outside the box to reach this absurd level of power. So, what do you guys think? How much of Beerus' current energy do you think Vegeta has? Or is there still a big gap between them? Well, we'll talk more about this, but if you want to leave your opinion now, that would be great. Currently, in Dragon Ball, after many years, as we've seen and gotten to know some deities, we've been introduced to beings with powers never imagined in all of Dragon Ball, something akin to if Emperor Frieza visited Kid Goku. The power gap is significant, and we've been introduced to gods of destruction, like Beerus, who was the first to appear in the work, with his aura of pure destruction and having a showdown with the Z Warriors, to the point of instilling fear in everyone, forcing Goku to resort to divine power brought to him through a ritual that had already been done a long time ago by other Saiyans. And even after the fight, which ended in Beerus' victory, he reveals to Goku that Whis is his master and much stronger than him, which surprised us a lot and brought a new perspective of power to the Dragon Ball series. Just imagining the extent of Whis' power, we see that this is a mission that will never come true. This student will not surpass his master. But the question here is about Vegeta. Along with Goku, he also experienced divine power. Even before he felt that power in his body, he was able to observe the fight and sense both their ki, showing that he was already a monster. In a different way, he assimilated this power by training with Goku and Whis on Beerus' planet, and over time, they became friends. At Vegeta's request, Whis began training him, offering him a chance to become the next Hikation of Universe 7, which he accepted solely to gain more power. Then all the events in Dragon Ball Super happened, and we watched Goku and Vegeta evolve side by side. Later, Vegeta became Beerus' disciple, without Goku or us knowing, bringing to himself a new transformation, now known as Ultra Ego. Ultra Ego is a transformation that Vegeta attains in Dragon Ball Super during the Granola Survivor arc. This form is a result of Vegeta's training with the god of destruction, Beerus, and is considered the opposite of Goku's Ultra Instinct. Unlike Ultra Instinct, which avoids attacks, Ultra Ego allows Vegeta to become stronger as he takes damage. The more he gets hurt, the more powerful he becomes. To use this form, Vegeta needs to adopt a destructive mindset, fully embracing his battle instincts. Vegeta becomes aggressive and chaotic in combat, using pain and suffering to increase his power. Vegeta uses Ultra Ego for the first time against Granola after his Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan evolution form is defeated. During this fight, he demonstrates the destructive power of this transformation, but also faces the risk of hurting himself too much and losing control. So we see Vegeta's level of commitment following a completely different path from Goku. Since the Tournament of Power, Vegeta has had his evolved blue form, unlike Goku, who used Kaioken to boost his blue form's power. Vegeta did it differently, which allowed him to evolve during the tournament. Motivated by the emotions of his loved ones and his disciple Kaba, he reached this state. Vegeta achieved this form for the first time during his fight against Jiren in the Tournament of Power. He broke through his own limits, motivated by his Saiyan pride. This transformation highlights Vegeta's continuous growth as a warrior and his determination to surpass his own limits. But let me ask you a question. After hearing all this, and knowing he now has Ultra Ego, is he capable of surpassing his master?
Leave your thoughts on that.
In the first fight between Goku and Beerus during the movie Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods, Beerus said he used about 70% of his total power to defeat Goku. However, this information was later retconned in the Dragon Ball Super anime series, where it suggested that Beerus used a much smaller percentage of his real power. And we all know this is true, considering how Beerus acted even against other gods. It was to be expected. This feat of Beerus says a lot, so Vegeta has a long way to go. Taking a hit from a Hakaishin is no easy task. Goku can vouch for that. Beerus' fight against the other gods of destruction by itself already shows the difference between him and Vegeta. As I said earlier, some students will hardly ever, or might never, come close to surpassing their masters. Yuji Itadori knows that well. In a fight against Satoru Gojo, it would be a massacre. We have an example here of Beerus' power in one of Dragon Ball Super's arcs. During an exhibition match before the Tournament of Power, Beerus faced all the other gods of destruction at the same time. The fight was organized as an exhibition to showcase the power of the gods of destruction and test their abilities before the Tournament of Power. Beerus proved to be extremely powerful, managing to fight against all the other gods of destruction simultaneously. He displayed impressive combat skills, dodging and attacking with precision. Although the fight had no clear winner, Beerus held his own against all the other gods, showing that he is one of the most powerful among them. This fight highlighted Beerus' strength and skill, solidifying his position as one of the most powerful characters in the Dragon Ball universe. From what we've seen, he really is on another level, folks. After all, he spent a lot of time training with Whis to become the warrior he is today. And think about this. He's stronger than his brother Champa, who is said to have stopped training recently. This means they both still maintain some level of training. Consider this fact. Beerus is strong and says he spends more time sleeping than awake, right? And what kind of training does Whis prioritize for Goku and Vegeta? Isn't it mental? Then if Beerus sleeps more than he's awake, how is he so strong? Notice that he sleeps and still releases energy, as if he's using it in his dreams. Mentally, I believe. Even while sleeping, he somehow works his mind, channeling that energy. Whenever his sleep is interrupted, he gets angry, and Whis has even had to hold him back to prevent him from destroying everything, as if he needed to release what was pent up. It's just an idea, but who knows, it might actually be true. Even though he's not in a big brother house, and he's not 100% focused, not even Vegeta, who we see all the time, has shown us his full training regimen. Who knows how Beerus actually trains, since he eats a lot and doesn't have a body like Champa's. There's something behind all this, but for now, we don't know what it is. But that's it, guys. I believe there's still a big gap between Beerus and Vegeta, but over time, Vegeta will evolve more and eventually become another one in this geek universe to surpass his master. Well, thanks for watching until the end. I'm already asking for your feedback, and I'll see you in the next one.